Hello and welcome back. We're going to continue our discussion of ground sights. Last time we instructed was on the single ground sight option. Today we're going to continue that and discuss the multiple ground sights and some of the applications and capabilities of the workbook as far as multiple ground sights go, and incorporating radars and ground cones and all of that. So the first thing we want to go is hit the mid button, and then you'll notice here there is a use multiple ground sights button, a checkbox. So let's select that. We do want to ensure that our radars are visible, so let's select that as well. Go back here to the left side of the tab, and then you'll notice there's not a multiple ground sight tab, so we need to unhide it. Right click on satellites, unhide, and double click multiple ground sights. Now you can see that use multiple ground sights here is still selected. There's a option here for city radars only selected. It will clear up and make less cluttered some of the options when you're looking at the ground cones, but you can uncheck that and then it would show not only cities but Air Force bases, airports, etc. So if you scroll down, you can see that there are 75 different options. Any one of those I can select and pull down another city from one of 1,500 or so world ground sites. And then it will automatically fill in the latitude, longitude, and altitude, and some of the data that's required to link the satellite, in this case the ISS, up with the ground site and show a field of view cone. If I wanted to select the right button and choose radars, I could fill in all of this data manually for each of those, which could be fairly time consuming by filling in radar range, all these different options depending on the radar type. But since that's not what we want to do, there is a random radars option. So I'll choose the random radars button, and it will then randomly fill in the same data for each one of those up to 75 different ground sites. Now, as you can see, it completed all of those for what's available. So let's go back to the left. We'll keep city radars checked, use multiple ground sites selected, and we're going to choose run and then single. And now that that has completed, let's go back to the Google Earth window, right click and revert, and there you are. As you can see now, it filled in random radars for these cities. And it just happened that they came out in this fashion. If you go to Europe, there they are. There's a whole bunch of them. Let's revert. And you can see just some of those random ground cones that it completed. Sometimes they look better than others. That's just one of the options. So let's here select stop. All right, now that that's stopped, we're going to show you another option. Let's go back to the multiple ground sites tab. We want to ensure that multiple ground sites is still selected. Missile dome actual size is selected and missile domes only is selected. Now the only way that this will work is if clear radars, so that when you scroll down to the bottom, missile warning radars are only showing for the options that are applicable. Let's go back to the satellites tab and select single. And now that that has completed, let's go back to the Google Earth window and right click, revert, and there you have it. Missile warning domes real size, the PAVE-PAWS and the BMEWS systems, and the missile warning protection fence around North America. That's just one of the other additional options that makes the workbook unique and fun to play around with. For now, that concludes this instructional video on orbital dynamics calculations. Please join back for the next edition. Thank you.